Chạy một tiếng học rồi. Em học bình thường lại rồi, con cho.
Cái gì mày la em vậy?
Ủa ơi, sao vô?
Bấm em đi nhìn gì á, bấm
Bên này chéo rồi.
Google. Con đi học đi, bật nghe, mất mày số hả mày? Cho bạn nghe đi. Nè, ở đây à. Thì kêu qua bạn nghe.
Em đọc.
Đọc gì? Mày đọc đi.
Tôi đi sụp thôi. Thôi.
Nobody object.
Như lại object. What's up?
The commute home
The
is
mirror
running errands.
ring and
I'm your host,
the whole
Dr. Jeff Quillen
that you get woman
from the Center for Education
and center of the shadow
and Development.
woman.
In
And
part 6,
part 6,
we were at work.
we were at work.
We took a break
We took a
and we
break.
went to lunch.
We went to lunch.
Now our work is
Now our work is
finished
finished.
and we
Hey,
get to go home.
come on.
Let's get started.
Look at start.
It's 5 o'clock
It's quite fast.
and it's quitting time.
It's coming time.
I put a few files
I can't use one.
into my bag, grab my bike,
What now?
and say goodnight
Instead of
to
night
the rest of the people
and rest in the people
in my area.
in the area.
I go to the park
And go to the parking
parking garage
in the road.
and get into my
And then to my
car.
car.
I signal my truck
I take on my
turn
phone
onto the street
into the space.
and drive toward the
And try for
freeway on-ramp.
anyway.
I merge
And work
as best as I can onto the freeway,
until good.
which is always
Is ours
a bit of a hassle
a bit the handle
at this hour.
that we saw.
Traffic
Drop it in,
stop and go
start and go
all the way
all the way
from downtown.
in downtown.
I hear on
I hear
the
that
radio
radio
that there's a stalled car
that there's a car star
in the fast lane near the
standing
rail,
your
backing up
setting up
traffic
cottage
all the way
all the way
to Hoover.
to
I decide
inside
to get off
to go out
the freeway
the way
and to take surface
and straight for the
streets for
street
the rest of
the rest of
the trip.
the trip.
I need to make a
I need to make
stop
a stop
on the way home.
on the way home.
I know that the
I know that at the
fridge
bridge
is empty,
is empty.
so I decide
So I start
to stop by
to start by
at the market.
at the market.
I get there
I get there.
and I pick up some French
I pick up some branch
bread,
bread,
a bag of
a bite
apples,
of apple,
few bananas,
a few bananas,
some pasta,
some pasta,
tomato sauce,
tomato sauce,
and a cooked
and a cold
chicken.
chicken.
Luckily,
Luckily,
they have a lot
we hear a lot
of checkout stations
of chicken
and
and over.
and I get
And I get
through the line
to online.
pretty quickly.
Really good.
Mày có đi học à?
Welcome to ESLPod.com's A Day in the Life of Jeff, Part 7, The Commute Home and Running Errands. I'm your host, Dr. Jeff McQuillan from the Center for Educational Development. In Part 6, we were at work, we took a break, and we went to lunch. Now our work is finished and we get to go home. Let's get started. It's 5 o'clock and it's quitting time. I put a few files into my bag, grab my mug, and say goodnight to the rest of the people in my area. I go to the garage and get into my car. I signal my turn onto the street and drive toward the freeway on-ramp. I merge as best as I can onto the freeway, which is always a bit of a hassle at this hour. Traffic is stop and go all the way from downtown. I hear on the radio that there's a stalled car in the fast lane near La Brea, backing up traffic all the way to Hoover. I decide to get off the freeway and to take surface streets for the rest of the trip. I need to make a stop on the way home. I know that the fridge is empty, so I decide to stop by the market. I get there and I pick up some French bread, a bag of apples, a few bananas, some pasta, tomato sauce, and a cooked chicken. Luckily, they have a lot of checkout stands open, and I get through the line pretty quickly. I thank the cashier and the bagger and push my cart to my car. I open the trunk and load everything up. Just then, my wife calls me on my cell phone. She was going to be a little late getting home and asks me to make something for dinner. Tonight, I will be the cook. This episode is called The Commute Home and Running Errands. Commute, you know, means driving back and forth from your house to your work To run an errand, ERRAND, means to do something, usually something outside of your house. For example, going to the grocery store, going to the drugstore, stopping by the post office to mail a letter. These are things that you have to do that are not part of your work, but that you need to do in your daily life. And we call these things errands. And the verb is to run an errand. Our story says, it's 5 o'clock and it's quitting time. Quitting time is the time that you stop working. To quit, Q-U-I-T, means to stop. So quitting time is the time that you stop working at the end of the day. I put a few files into my bag. I grab my mug, my coffee mug, and I say good night to the rest of the people in my area. If you work at a big same topic, the same type of work. So there is an accounting section, same things that you do. I go to the parking garage and get into my car. I signal my turn onto the street. To signal, S-I-G-N-A-L, means to indicate, and in a car, it means to turn on what we call the blinker, B-L-I-N-K-E-R. The blinker is what indicates whether you are going to turn left or right. So when you are driving in your car and you want to make a turn, you have to signal. Are you going left? Or are you going right? And of course, in the back of the car, there's a little light that goes on and off. We would say it flashes, F-L-A-S-H-E-S. To flash means to go on and off quickly. So I signal my turn, left or right, onto the street and drive toward the freeway on-ramp. I merge as best as I can onto the freeway. To merge on the freeway, or to merge when you are driving, means that there are two lanes, two cars next to each other, but the road is getting more narrow. The road becomes smaller, and now you only have one lane. So these two lines of cars have to go